I didn't know you were home. Haven't seen too much of you this trip, Sugar Plum.
That's because you've been too busy Yankee doodling.
Blanche, I'm sure you don't mean that. You'll feel differently when you come to the hoedown we're throwing on the anniversary of Lee's surrender.
Ma, get going. We have a plane to catch.
Really, these are the very things we take with you. Here, let me get it.
God, this has always been my worst nightmare.
A wedding falling apart at the last minute?
No, going on a honeymoon with my mother.
Natural.
As natural as a man can look, wearing a black teddy.
It's a beautiful teddy. I think more men should be buried in teddies. And right now I want to take them.
Rose, you can't stop taking these pills. You have a problem.
I can stop. And I'll start stopping tomorrow. Oh, boy, will you be... Doorbell.
Morning, Ms. Bornak. Can we come in?
Well, I don't know, Kevin. Can you? Use vodka and black underwear like everyone else.
Can we just get this over before I lose my nerve?
Marguerite, I hate to interrupt your work, but we have to talk to you.
Yeah, but before we do, I just want you to know that Tootie is my favorite on The Facts of Life. One itty-bitty detail about you.
That I'm a priest.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know.
What'd you think? You were just a boring dresser?
She's just never seen me in cleric's clothing.
I didn't know you priests could take your clothes off.
For all of us to be here.
You're right. Bye, Dorothy.
Don't go. I want you all to hear this. I lied about the money. I didn't squander it on bad investments. I couldn't have. He didn't leave me any to begin with.
Mother, what are you telling me? Excuse me, sir. We are looking for a leather jacket that got mixed up with a box of clothes we donated. It was a terrible mistake.
It was not a terrible mistake. It was a regular mistake. A terrible mistake is when you forget that different world follows Cosby's.
I remember you. I just picked that stuff up a couple hours ago.
And it's still here.
Lunches,
Phone calls, pajama parties,
dance recitals, baseball games,
cooking,
singing,
worrying.
praying.
Girls, I thought we came in here to discuss my problem.
Sorry, Blanche.
Well, I just hate myself for feeling this way, but I don't want to be a mother again. I mean, it was a wonderful experience at the...
There are the Boscos. Philomena! Move, they could have filleted themselves. I hate you.
Rose, what in hell are you doing? It is 2 a.m.
Well, I couldn't sleep, so I decided to get up and make a batch of Sperrhuven Krispies.
Exception, Harry. I didn't mean you. So do you think I'm crazy, too?
Dorothy, I think you're very sane. Just because a doctor hasn't found something doesn't mean there isn't something there.
Are you serious? Well, how come you know that and they don't?
First of all, dear, I know you. You're a stable person. And if you say you're sick, you...
Want you to know you're the only woman in my life.
That's a sack of cold chestnuts, mister. Blanche. Don't you blanch me, you lowlife. You think you can just roll into this town and have your way with every woman you want?
There was someone else besides me.
Oh, yes, that was me and that was Rose.
And me!
You slept with the sheriff?
Lord, no. Well, this year we just happened to have gotten a real actor. A star of incredible magnitude. Oh, Dorothy, the Miami Community Players are going to have the extraordinary experience of working with none other than the incandescent Mr. Patrick Bond.
Patrick, what? Oh, my...
His palate without using his hands. But I digress. He paints her portrait, and they make passionate love. She spends much of the next day in the shower with a loofah sponge, scrubbing his fingerprints off her body.
Jeremy, be serious. Mama, Jeremy's asked me to marry him, and I've said yes. You're happy for me, Mama, aren't you?
Happy, honey. Happy isn't the word for it.
It was still a pretty crazy thing to do, but at least it's nice to know you did it because you cared about me.
Okay, let's get back to our dates. I want Howard to get me tipsy and take advantage of me.
Blanche! Howard's my date.
Oops.
Did you let me or one of the girls know?
Wait a minute, let me get this straight. She's the housekeeper, right?
Right.
But she's not supposed to lift a finger, right?
Right.
If anything needs to be done, you take care of it, right?
Right. Where are you going, Ma?
To get a job as a housekeeper.
Ma, be serious now. Marguerite is dangerous.
Now, if you'll just sign these forms, we'll be all set.
Forms?
Oh, they're just your standard consent forms releasing us from all liability in the unlikely event of your death.
I'm having a simple operation. How could I possibly die?
Oh, it's possible, believe me. Just
Start out talking about Aunt Gretchen, the person. She was always a very rigid person.
Especially now. I'm sorry, Rose. I guess that maybe that champagne did relax me.
Oh, my God.
There.
It's colic. My children had it. You give them brandy.
For colic?
Yes, after dinner with a cigar. Rose, you give brandy for teething. You rub it on their... I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Blanche, I'm afraid I have some bad news.
Goodness, I better sit down. Dorothy just said she had bad news.
Oh, well, since you got here first, you go ahead and tell her your
you
bad.
go ahead.
No, really.
No, look, I insist.
Well, you got menopause, but the sex drive isn't totally dead yet.
That is an awkward time.
And Gloria, she's my baby. She hasn't even lost any of her adult teeth yet.
I'd kill for a piece of corn that wasn't creamed.
I've done a very stupid thing, Angelo.
Here.
Taking a shower, huh? I suppose this is your loofah sponge.
What are you talking about?
You toyed with my emotions. You toyed with my affection. And worst of all, you toyed with my sister.
That's not true, Sophia. Angela's just my roommate. You're the only woman in my life. There can be no one else but you.
This is the hardest thing I've ever tried to say to anybody.
You can't marry me.
Not now. Not yet. Listen, why don't you call up the kids and tell them they're spending tonight with their daddy? And then, after a while, if you...
Script you're ever going to read. And she said, Rue.
I'm not interested in doing Maud and...
What's the matter with you?
I don't know. Maybe I'm just overly critical. That sometimes happens when you're stunningly beautiful.
Not to mention endlessly irritating.
Blanche, Jake's here. Make yourself at home and don't touch anything.
Hi, everybody.
You are filthy!
I'm sorry, honey. I stopped to help a lady who was...
Look, here's where you can reach me. Call me if you can work things out. I'll be there until showtime.
Fine. Oh, one more thing.
What's that?
Could you leave by the back door?
If you're gonna make fun of somebody, make fun of Rose. I need the professional care of the most talented hairdresser in Miami, Robert. Oh, he's brilliant. Do you know he was the first one ever to use mousse?
I'd check my facts if I were you, Blanche. Mr. Ingrid, if...
Little monster's gonna be here in a minute. Oh.
Hi, I'm Bob Henderson. This is my son, Norman.
Well, hi, Norman. My name is Rose. You ready to have some fun?
Yes, ma'am.
Here's a list of Norman.
You told us, Blanche, because he's blind.
Yes, because he's blind, but you don't know what it meant to me dating a blind man. John took away the one thing I'd always felt secure about, my looks. How do I always attract men? By being pretty, by acting sexy, showing a little leg. With John, those things don't work. I spent half the time on...
Louise couldn't take it. She keeled over. Kaput. The funeral was on Saturday.
Sophia, that's terrible.
You think that's bad? Guess who I volunteered to give the eulogy?
I just haven't found a thing today. I don't look right in American clothes. I have a more European body.
Oh, in Europe, do they all have big butts, too?
Thank you, Rose. I don't know what to say. And I mean that from the bottom.
I don't... Look at that. She likes me.
Oh, thank God. Emily, pack up your diapers. You're on your way home. Ma, why didn't you use your key?
I left it home. I thought it would weigh me down.
And now I have a real treat for you. Straight from Poland, the Sklarkiewicz brothers. Where's your brother? Oh, do the best you can.
Hey! So, do we go on next?
A joke to raise my spirits.
Well, you all got a second chance. I realized I wasn't living up to my potential. I'm going to find out what I'm good at. Take an aptitude test. Maybe go to law school.
Oh, Ma, come on. You'll be 96 when you get out.
I'll be 96 anyway.
Well, since everyone...
It was the Crimea River matinee at the Rialto. I'll be back. I'm going to change and I'll make us some tea.
Blanche, would you mind if I spoke to Dorothy privately? Mind? Why, of course not. And listen, don't you worry. Your secret is safe with me.
For life, baking, sewing, gardening, tending the animals.
Ooh, my favorite things.
Okay, let's get the show on the road.
Rose, you sure you don't want to come and just watch?
Come on, Rose. You'll sit and watch my dentures eat corn on the cob. It's a lot of laughs.
No, I don't want to kill any. I won't make it. They always prey on the weak and innocent. The others will taunt me for trying to excel at my work in the laundry. I'll fall in with a bad crowd whose leader looks like Ethel Merman. And I'll be forced to engineer a daring prison break using my laundry cart. From that time on...
Now get back there.
He's here, isn't he?
Who?
Who? Rocco.
Rocco.
Ma, let me refresh your memory. The man you met in the police lineup?
I was at the police station to identify the guy who stole my purse. Rocco was there on a trumped-up charge.
Ma. This has to be a fake. I mean, Elvis would never have left this much meat on a pork chop. Oh, fine. I wouldn't dream of infringing on your privacy. Look, Rudy Valley.
Where? Dorothy, I'm going to give you to the count of 3 to give me back that box. 1. By the way, your reflexes are a joke.
You were dumped by the man of your dreams. It's not surprising that today you'd be a little irritable.
I know, but to be upset about Stan, I'm so embarrassed. I mean, it's not as if he means anything in my life.
Honey, I know exactly what you're going through. Believe me, I do. I'm just so glad we had this little talk. Oh.
Pencils down.
Where's everybody?
Just you and me, Blanche. Well, looks like we're finally at the crossroads.
Whatever do you mean?
I mean, I know you've been having...
No fun being stood up, is it?
Listen, mister, if you're looking for a quick score because you think I'm down, then you can just think again.
As a matter of fact, I was looking for a little sympathy. Got stood up myself tonight.
Really?
Cross my heart. What's left of it.
Oh, no, you'd never hide anything behind my back. Please forgive me, Dorothy. Please, Dorothy. Please, please.
You really hurt my feelings. I don't know.
Dorothy, please, this thing is just tearing me up. I'm a mess. How's this dress look on me?
What's the difference? In half an hour, it'll be crumpled on the floor next to an empty bottle of Jack Daniels. Blanche, I want to ask you a question. Who was the president married to?
Nancy Reagan.
Of course, the thin one he helps out of the helicopter. This idiot thinks he's married to Broderick Crawford.
I'm sorry, I'm going to have to interrupt. No, I'm sure this is a very worthy cause, but no, to be perfectly frank, at this moment, I couldn't give a flying fig about whooping cranes. No, I have to keep the line free. Fine, I'll send you a check. Hold it, let me grab a pencil. Okay, whooping cranes, yeah.
So, I tear up my priest application, ask Philomena to marry me, and we live the next 72 years in a wedded bliss.
Well, why did you keep it a secret all these years?
I was afraid that my family's gonna turn on me. They find out that I broke a promise to...
Every day, it doesn't always turn out for the best. That was the case with my Uncle Carlo. He honestly remembered the license number of the triggerman in the Sanducci vendetta.
So what you're saying is that because nobody's going to believe me anyway, I'm better off if I let people find out what's going on for themselves.
I wouldn't chisel
When that door opens, you can see right in there.
Who cares, Blanche? We have more important things on our minds.
Take a load off, Rose. We're here. Alley number 7.
Wait a minute. What are y'all doing here? We're supposed to be sharing this alley with the Nielsen twins.
They had to...
It's like sex in the new Russia. Is it worth standing in line for?
Well, I've been working on a whole list of ideas that have nothing to do with sex, but they keep turning me down.
Oh, like what?
Well, things I think people would be interested in. Like, who's in charge?
We'll just do exactly the same things we did that night. Oh, what a wonderful night that was. Bye, girl.
Not a clue. Yours, Blanche.
How about a game of hide and seek?
Sure! Great! Yeah!
Well, how about you, Norman?
Isn't that outfit a little young for you?
Come on, Norman, let's go.
That boy hates me.
Oh, no, he doesn't, but he...
What is she, your best friend?
Rose knows I'm sick.
Well, I know you're sick. God knows you tell me all the time. What a waste. Rose Nyland in New York.
It's gonna be a great trip. You wait and see. You're gonna be cured. Sophia, how was your date last night?
Tony Del Vecchio is a dreamboat. I wouldn't mind glancing over at the night table and seeing his teeth next to mine.
Ma, please. I mean, it's probably silly, but I'm not that comfortable hearing about your cheerful demeanor that we are talking to a new hospital administrator.
Not even close.
Well, what'd you do, take an antidepressant?
Oh, don't be silly. But I was depressed, incredibly depressed. I didn't know which way to turn or where to go. So I stopped in at the coffee shop at the Fountain Rock for a root beer float to make me...
Which is going to be filled with nothing but joy and laughter.
Thank you, Sophia.
Don't thank me, thank the Miami Herald. It's your horoscope.
Good morning, ladies.
Morning, Doctor.
Good morning. I hope you don't mind, Doctor. These are my friends.
Not at all.
Which room's available?
Number 506. The room is 50 and the young lady's 100. And make it quick. I'm not running a hotel here.
Because Blanche is going to sell the house and we can't live together?
No, I'm upset because Joe Piscopo didn't get the lead role in Rain Man. Oh, of course I'm upset about the house. Ma, it's 2 a.m. Where have you been?
I stuffed pillows under the sheets so I could fool you during bed check. What is
Leave the door open.
Yes, Mrs. Cleaver.
Girls? Gee, what's my diary doing here? Next to a pair of pliers.
See what I'm going to do. Tomorrow, before the wedding, I'm going to tell Stan I love him.
Well, way to go, Rose. You talked her into doing exactly the opposite of what we wanted her to do.
I guess that's why they took me off the suicide hotline at work.
I guess I'm all right. I mean, I threw my party because I wanted romance and excitement and moonlight madness, and that's what I got. I got it all with an English accent. And I didn't have to compromise my virtue. I feel like a lady again. And to tell you the truth, I'm starting to get sick of it.
Our paths crossed here so they could cheer us up. Excuse me, Mr. Clown, could you do something to put smiles on the faces of 3 gloomy Gusses?
Buzz off, lady. I'm on a cigarette break.
Please. But he did, and the next day they were married, and they went on to live happily together for 25 years.
And what in hell does any of this have to do with my father?
Well, the point is nobody knows why 2 people fall in love, and it's really nobody's business.
Well, he's my father, so that makes it my business. I am going over there right now.
Rose, you're not going to believe what I found in that box. Look at this photo.
Oh, it's Sophia's, a young bride.
Yeah, but that's not my father. Ma was married to someone else before she married Pop, and she never told me. I mean, she lied to me. I don't know this woman.
Same old Rose.
Same old Rose.
Oh, anyway, he was a great entertainer. We thought for a while he was a great little dancer, too, till we discovered he had 2 left wings. He'd just shuffle along there. Oh, how he loved music, especially Gilbert and Sullivan. Come on, Blanche, we're going to get you to bed.
But it's my duty to the public. No, I must have it published. It's my duty. Oh, my God, I'm so tired.
Oh, come on, you can sleep right here, honey.
Tell me a story, Rose. That always puts me to sleep at work every time. Just tell me one of your bones.
You'll just have to go on without me.
Go on without you. Honey, this is not a wagon train. This is a double date. It doesn't work that way. It's a both of us or nothing.
You'll just have to cancel your date, too.
Cancel my date? With Larry? Oh, Dorothy, how long have you been...
Talks. And then I remembered she left, thanks to you, Dorothy.
You had late-night talks with my mother?
All the time.
And she gave you hard candy?
No. I'd ask, but she was always afraid I'd choke on it.
Just gotta get her.
Take a while to warm up, but once I get going, I can turn your topsoil till the cows come home.
Rose, please.
Want to see some Polaroids of me in my tennis skirt?
Look, Rose, I'm flattered, and please, no offense, but you're just not my type.
But Blanche was. It's a dream for me. Martha wants to commit suicide, and she wants me to be there with her.
And what did you say?
I said I'd think about it. You can't say no to somebody who pops for a $75 dinner. Tell them, Blanche.
Happy birthday, Dorothy.
I'm sorry I missed that one. I would love to have been there, but I was...
At the home, we know, Ma.
How's the cake coming, Sophia?
Beautiful. I got everything.
Bets?
No, she rides. She's a dog jockey. Let's go.
The street. You know, Sam and Edna's daughter.
That's a girl?
Woof! Dorothy, what are you doing up?
Her banging woke me.
What are you talking
The
about?
toilet seat, Ma. 4 women live in this house. The toilet seat never has to move. You always manage to make it bang.
Is Bornak, I am shocked, and I want details.
I tell you, the night was just magical. We laughed, we danced, we drank, we cried, we did it all, even... I can't tell you, I'm too shy. Number to call for a straitjacket.
Dorothy, I can explain.
I know you can. That's the scary part.
You don't understand. When Mrs. Butel finds out about Count Bessie, she's going to be devastated. There'll be a terrible void in her life, a void only another musical chicken can fill.
Look, Rose, if you're worried about...
Let's go to Emilio's.
T-minus 10 seconds,
Oh,
Dorothy.
Ma, will you give it up? You are not dying. There is not going to be a doorbell. There is not going to be a pop. There is not going to be anything. Jimmy.
Forgot your sweater, Dorothy.
Come in. How did you get here?
I walked.
Well, I'd like you to meet my roommates, Rose and Blanche.
Hello.
Hi, would you like us to...
No. I gotta start getting used to people. Dorothy.
There you are.
You're wise. You're just wise.
Oh, good, you're both here. Listen, I interviewed a very sweet lady on the phone to be our roommate, and she'll be here soon. So when she...
We'd go off chasing those rainbows together. But when the time finally came, all that was left was a big empty house and the headstone that marks her grave. And I decided that...
Oh, not that kind of circus. A herring circus. Sort of like SeaWorld. Only smaller. Much smaller. But bigger than a flea circus.
Tell me, Rose,
Miles is my dancing partner at the ballroom.
Oh, yes, and tonight we were the king and queen of the rumba.
Olay.
Ma, did you have a good time?
Great. I even made a few bucks.
Back in Dogpatch.
Do you approve of what Lucy did?
No, but I am not passing judgment. Honey, things are very different these days. Now, she seems like a level-headed girl, and who knows, maybe she did fall in love.
That's right, Rose. She doesn't do this sort of thing all the time.
Sophia, do you think...
You hired the angel of death from Shady Pines.
Ma, don't be ridiculous. She is not the angel of death. She is a private nurse with excellent references. And for the last time, Shady Pines is a very reputable rest home.
I'm telling you, Dorothy, they used to pre-sell our bodies to medical schools.
Not worrying about the end of the world.
Hey, what's with the long faces?
Oh, we were just talking about the bomb.
Very nice. You haven't even seen my new act.
Ma, we were not talking about you.
Everybody's going to be talking about me when they see what I cooked up for the talent show.
Honey, I'll be with you in 2 minutes.
Here, use these potatoes. We're out of tomatoes.
Sophia, I don't think this'll work.
Yes, it will. We just say it fast. Bacon, lettuce, and potato. Bacon, lettuce, and potato.
Hey, what are you two doing?
Guido, are you buying that?
course not. Everybody knows you use paraffin wax on parched wood.
Come on.
$6.
No!
I'll give you 10.
I don't want to sell it back!
I'll give you 25 and don't ever show your face around here again.
Sold.
I'll look it up. I can't sleep in a bed that's had a dead person in it. I just can't.
You'll get a new bed.
And sheets.
And sheets.
And a blanket.
Burn down the house.
Oh, poor Al. And he just got a hair transplant.
You're not a grown woman. Just because the plumbing's in doesn't mean the house is ready to occupy.
I think I know what you're getting at.
Good, because I really didn't make that up myself. I heard it on This Old House.
Well, I tried talking to my father, but he just went all crazy.
Every time you say ow, just because I once asked you to move a sofa.
I guess I have no choice. I'm in agony. Did you hear that? Agony, Dorothy.
Sophia, don't worry. You made the right decision. I was going to give you this when you got to the hospital, but I'm too excited. Here's your St. Olaf fun pack.
Me. The old one isn't so crazy about you.
Roger likes everybody else in the office. I don't know why he doesn't like me. I go out of my way to be friendly. You know that happy thought of the day that I write down and give to everyone? He doesn't even like that. But I have a plan.
Handed by my beauty.
Blanche!
Oh, my God. Want a glass of water to wash down your foot?
Blanche, was there something you didn't realize the other night?
Oh, you mean about you being blind?
Why? They didn't believe in anesthesia back then. They had a nurse hold a pillow over your face. So the other patients couldn't hear your screams. You had to pay extra for that. Sicily, love it or leave it.
Visiting a
Shot the both of them. A week later, we became Lutherans.
Rose. That isn't a teenage rebellion story. That is a changing religion story. That is a big itty-bitty detail about you.
That I'm a priest.
Uh-huh.
She didn't know.
What you think, you were just a boring dresser?
She's just never seen me in cleric's clothing.
I didn't know you priests could take your clothes off.
Discuss anything about what he wrote in his letters.
Yeah, but Rose, what
listen,
we really have to do...
I guess I shouldn't push it. I mean, if he wants to hide the romantic side of himself because it embarrasses him, that's fine with me. I just don't understand why he won't explain how a smudge pot works.
Yes, look, Rose, what
Here
we
you
got,
are, ladies. 2 champagnes.
Thank you.
There's a He bought champagne and we toasted our first skydive tomorrow.
You what?
We're gonna go skydiving.
You're going skydiving? A room with a view. A room with a... I mean, good luck.
Dorothy, now remember, be nice to him. He hasn't had sex in over a year.
Look who I'm talking to.
Hello.
Don't even think it, Ma.
If you knew before, why didn't you tell me?
Ma, you have a big mouth.
Me? If I had a big mouth, do you think your one-night stand with the bug man would still be a secret?
Dorothy's born. Much noise in the living room.
So, did you make a decision?
Before I can even start to think about that, there's something I gotta do for me. I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I need to ask for your forgiveness.
What? I'm the one who should be down on my knees after what I did.
George, the day you died, or didn't die.
I'll see you tomorrow, Blanche. Boy, this is really beginning to chafe.
Were you able to get him to bed?
No.
Rose still in the closet with the camera?
Yes.
Maybe you'll get him tomorrow.
You marry this man, And we're no longer family. You do this, you are out of my life forever.
Her to lunch.
I don't get it. All of a sudden, you two are best friends?
Well, maybe I've changed. For once, everything is going well. My sister is in my life. Stan is out of my life. I'm not even going to see him for 2 whole years. Everything is perfect.
Hush, pussycat. His ankles are swelled up like a blowfish. Let's see how the hurricane's going.
That's right. And the town fathers took down his picture. It had always hung in the St. Olaf Auto Shop, right next to Andy Granatelli. My mother used to date him. You know what he has under that trench coat?
A wrench?
That's what Mother called it.
A trip to the hospital is the best thing for you.
You think I'm stupid? This scam has Shady Pines written all over it.
Ma, be serious.
Come on, we're all adults here. I see the way you've been eyeing my bedroom. Wouldn't a wet bar go great where the old lady is?
Ma, that's ridiculous. Why would I take you? Always wanted to go to the Holy Land. She had just bought the ticket. Now she's dead.
Hi. What a day.
Oh, you too?
You know Roger Barton, the man who works in the cubicle next to me? He doesn't like me. Everybody's always liked me. And in a way, I'm going to be the Sophia of that household. And, well, how do you do it?
So, you want to be a Sophia? Okay. Lesson 1, criticism. I think it makes adult children stronger. It also makes them self-conscious, which I think is...
Pizza with pizzazz, even better. Hey, I can act and write. Gee, I love this business. Listen, you don't mind if I make the change, do you, Si?
No, not at all. In fact, I think I want to make a change, too.
I'm leaving. I'm not about to mourn a man who's been with every woman in this room.
He was never with me.
I guess even he had his standards.
Hold it. Stay where you are. Father, if you don't mind my saying so, I think you lost control of the room.
I'm kidding. Oh, I love you. You're my family. Listen, we're sticking together no matter what happens.
I don't know. It might be hard to find a place as perfect as this was for the 4 of us.
Oh, hell, if we did it once, we can do it again. All we need's a little luck. It was luck that brought us together the first time.
Wrong, isn't there?
Dorothy, sit down.
Something happened to Ma. I know something happened to Ma. I leave for 3 days and something horrible has happened to Ma.
Well, I'm back from my walk to the mailbox. Tomorrow, the corner.
Oh, Ma, thank God you're all right.
You've been with a man, haven't you?
Get together tomorrow for lunch. End of story.
Ah, Mr. Gordon. Dorothy had a huge, embarrassing crush on him. She was his slave. She graded his papers, did his laundry. Once she even rotated his tires.
But that stroke didn't make you forget a thing, did it?
Yes.
Oh, Blanche, you look terrific. You look like you lost 15 pounds.
Oh, well, thank you, Sophia.
Oh, that's your thigh. I thought it was part of the couch. Blanche, try to remember, gravy isn't a beverage.
Blanche, Ma broke her glasses. She can't see.
It was disgusting. What do you girls want to do now?
Let's draw cards for the rest of the Pepto-Bismol.
Oh, no, it's those nasty boys.
Ladies, I hate to disturb you, but my friends and I would like to buy you a drink.
Why, thank you.
Blanche.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Get him back. I want my Teddy.
But, honey, she's just a child. You can't expect a child to give back a toy. Now, you do understand, don't you?
Just cut the crap and get back the damn beer.
Confident.
Well, she slept with 2 of the commissioners.
That works in Sicily and New York.
I've got great news. I've just come from Mrs. Claxton's, and she says she wants to save the tree. You're kidding.
How did you manage that?
With persistence. I've gone to her house.
I'm dancing as fast as I can, Dorothy. Hey, I did a dumb thing and I feel terrible. What else do you want me to say?
At least it was a start. You can also tell me again how everything is going to work out just fine.
Everything is going to work out just fine. All the kid has to do is step into that ring tomorrow, and we'll make our money back. Oh, Dorothy.
Corvette and a rented garage.
Dorothy, don't get mad, and don't hit me if you do. I kind of bought a Corvette without telling you.
You bought a car without telling me.
I couldn't help myself. I was going through a midlife crisis.
So was I.
Diet Coco, I'm going out again tomorrow.
Oh, hi, Dorothy. How was the funeral?
It was a humdinger, Blanche. We closed the place.
Where's Sophia?
She's taking this pretty hard. I guess she needs a couple
A little on the side. You dealt with it. Wait a minute. This isn't Splash Mountain.
Hi, Ma.
My God, did you bust out? Don't worry. I know what to do. We'll get your phony license and birth certificate. And have a good plastic surgeon by tomorrow morning. You can be Raul Julia.
No, I didn't bust out. The exterminator came this morning, and the building inspector said we could leave. So? Fine. But if she doesn't, I don't want anybody asking any embarrassing questions.
I'm back. So, did you and Artie play Find the Cannoli? What?
Nothing, Rose.
Just sit.
Small, no. I meant I can't see you anymore because you're not Jewish.
What?
Rose, this has been a very difficult decision for me.
You're dumping me because I'm not Jewish?
Oh, no.
Ma?
Dorothy, how long have you been here?
A while.
He's not coming back, is he?
Is it serious?
Very. If I can't afford a new fall wardrobe, I'll never land myself a doctor. No offense, Marty.
You know, Blanche, sometimes I don't think you're serious about me.
Don't be silly. I love you as much as I could any dry cleaner.
How am I going to do that, Blanche? How am I going to get through the next 3 days?
Thank you.
What do you mean you're canceling? Is there anything I can say to change?
Lucas, Dorothy, from the bottom of my heart, congratulations. I love you both.
Blanche, there is something I must say. Dorothy. Dorothy.
Rose. Look, Rose, we.
This is my daughter, Dorothy. She's an English teacher.
And you are...
Linda Ronstadt. I'm doing the Pirates of Penzance across town.
Well, I think we spent too much money.
Oh, stop worrying about the money. We're talking about love.
I still think we spent too much.
You didn't spend it. The Yutz spent it. That's what makes him a Yutz.
Sophia's right. Don't worry about it.
Ma, I think you better sit down. Come on, over here.
Relax, Sophia. It's just a piece of property where Dorothy and I talked about retiring someday.
Wait a minute, Stan. I can't sign this now.
Oh, come on, babe. I thought everything was agreed.
But this has to be signed in front of a notary public. And don't call me babe.
Darn. Can you meet me in the notary's tomorrow?
But do I have a choice?
You're beautiful. Please, tell me you understand. I need to know that you forgive me before I let them cut open my heart.
They may have to stand in line.
Dorothy, please.
Oh, all right. You're off the hook, Stanley. You can go to the hospital with a clean conscience. I forgive you.
Dorothy, you've got the compassion.
Gee, you made that pack of dogs look very realistic. But Rose, the revolution in Czechoslovakia was a peaceful one. Nobody was chased by a pack of dogs.
But they're good dogs, Rose.
You are not going to believe this. My sister Charmaine.
Olga Nielsen is a terrific bowler. They could beat us.
There is no us, Rose. I am not bowling with you.
Oh, Dorothy, I don't ask many favors of you, but I'm asking one now. I'm begging, please, as a friend, be my partner. Blanche is...
Well, that won't be necessary. My goodness, we're 10,000 feet up. Besides, I know how you have your heart set on it.
Blanche, you're adorable.
I know.
You know, I've dated a lot of women, and every single one of them has been impressed by the caviar and...
I'm sorry. It just bothers me.
Oh, Ma. Cypress Grove has a great reputation. Did you see the story they did about it on 60 Minutes?
No.
Short piece. It was just Mike Wallace saying, sorry I bothered you.
And you were dressed in a petticoat, you were dressed like a lamb, and you were both getting in the car with a big scary dog.
Wolf. I was a wolf.
My first house didn't cost that much.
Mr. Pfeiffer, we have already told you. We are bereaved on a budget. Now, if you can't accommodate us, we'll find someone who can.
You know, the Avante Supreme is a big seller. That retails for just $3,000.
What do you call this one?
A pine box.
How much? Well, then, burial, I guess. But will you promise to put a blanket in with me?
Why?
Oh, I just feel more comfortable. Cozier. And I'd want my pictures of Charlie and the animals. You know, the ones in the little silver frames. And my pictures of the children. And, of course, if I...
Now he tells me that he's going to serve wild duck and crayfish. They come from the wetlands. It's like holding a Save the Whales function on a Japanese trawler.
Is there an open bar?
You know, Ma, that's part of the problem. Nobody cares. No.
It was a nice couple of months. I'll miss him. Think he'll remember me?
I don't know.
I'll remember him. I finished the scarf, you know.
Oh, great. Listen, next time we go...
Pretty tough words for somebody buying eclairs.
Miles, it isn't what it looks like. I mean, this has nothing to do with romance.
What do you mean it's not romantic? Oh, Rose, how could you do this?
Oh, Miles. Oh, I'm sorry.
What you looking for?
Nothing.
Now, Sophia, tell me the truth. Yeah, ladies, I'm afraid I'm running a little late. May I just ask you a few questions?
Well, of course. Go right ahead.
What do you call an inhabitant of Guam?
I don't know. Guamanian, I guess. What does this have to do with renting the room?
Rent's pretty good.
Yeah. I'm not wearing a bra.
Oh, Blanche, honey, I just wanted to thank you again for last night.
Marriage, family, and tradition. Not to mention wedding showers, catered affairs, the bridal registry at Burdine's.
No, I know what you mean, Blanche, but there's another side to this. If I had lived with Stan before we got married, I could have spared us both some very painful time.
Ladies, in her all too infrequent letters, Blanche has spoken of you both in glowing terms. I feel real lucky to get the chance to know you personally.
Well, thank you, kind sir.
You'll have to excuse Rose. Every time a man speaks Southern at her, she goes all stupid.
Here.
Taking a shower, huh? I suppose this is your loofah sponge.
What are you talking about?
You toyed with my emotions. You toyed with my affection, and worst of all, you toyed with my sister.
That's not true, Sophia. Angela's just my roommate. You're the only woman in my life. There can be no one else but you.
Football.
Actually, he was so crushed by my rejection that he gave up football and turned gay.
Blanche, you don't turn gay. You're either gay or you're not. You had nothing to do with it.
Dorothy, if he had been gay before, he would have had better taste in jewelry.
Yes, I am that Ava Braun standing next to him.
You recognize Ava Braun?
Well, sure, she was our high school PE teacher. It was rumored she used to date Mr. Stickelmeyer.
Rose, that's it. I just can't take any more.
Do your laundry, entertain you. In fact, it's terrific, but that's not why I wanted to stay. It's just a bonus. I wanted to stay because I'm happiest being with the people I love.
Miss Stanley. Stanley, you know, in all the years that we've been together, I don't think you ever...
Going at the movies.
You know, I always wanted mink. I thought it would make me look elegant and impressive.
We didn't have mink in Sicily. You wanted to impress someone, you shot their brother.
Oh, Blanche, you must be feeling better.
Better? Better? Oh, just one of the Donaldson boys trying to sell us a newspaper subscription again.
Oh, those Donaldson kids won't take no for an answer.
Neither would their father at our 4th of July barbecue.
Hello, I'm Dr. Jonathan Newman.
Are you absolutely...
Make me laugh.
All right, here we go. It seems there was this doctor.
It seems there was? What is this, existentialist humor? Was there a doctor or wasn't there?
Yes, there was this doctor. He's sitting in the park.
What time of year is it?
What difference does it make?
You have to set the scene.
Who is telling this joke?
At the moment?
No, I left an hour ago. What does it look like?
Look, can't the two of you at least say goodbye like civilized human beings? All right, that's it. I give up. Ma, goodbye. Angela, let's go. No, wait. I have something I want to say. When I was a little girl, there were two people that's way up there on my list. Comes right after intelligent.
He doesn't talk loud at the movies, doesn't take his own pulse, and he's still interested.
In what?
Rose, if you have to ask, it does not matter anymore.
Poor Gloria.
Literally. All right, I'll tell you what, Gloria. Right now, you're lonely, you're disoriented. Maybe you need a little distraction. Why don't I introduce you to some men?
Oh!
I mean, even if it costs us $1,000, we'll still have 9,000 left.
Yeah, but don't start that, Howie. We might be able to get it for a couple of hundred.
We'll start at 100 and see how it goes.
And now, may I have an opening bid, please?
10,000.
Excuse me, liked was Dr. Clyde, our vet. He was wonderful. My mother wanted him to do her hysterectomy, but he wouldn't.
But he was willing to do her lobotomy.
Oh!
What, Ma? What?
Pain.
What kind of pain?
The kind that hurts. This time, I'm gonna become a nun.
Do you believe what we just heard?
I can't believe anybody would want to be a nun. I mean, nun. The word says it.
James, I'm here about the car.
Miles? No, honey, it's James. You stay right there and I'll get the keys.
How much mileage has she got on her?
In World War I, she told us mustard gas was something you got from eating too many hot dogs. That's why, to this day in St. Olaf, everyone celebrates the 4th of July with a thin omelet on a bun.
What do you say after we fire Marguerite? We each...
For a couple of hours. If I had asked, would you have said yes? No. There you go.
That is why Blanche ran out of gas. You'd been driving her car, hadn't you?
You know how embarrassing it is to drive a car with a bumper sticker that says, "So many men, so little time"?
What are you talking about?
I never heard such a racket.
I thought you were making love.
No, I wasn't. No, it was a nightmare, an awful nightmare, just terrible.
Isn't it interesting how the sounds are the same for awful...
Mother, she's gonna find out eventually. Don't you think it's better coming from you?
No, I guess so.
Well, that's settled. Now let's get a move on.
Where are you going?
To get the toilet paper for the Weston's house. But remember, we have to be really quiet. A Dreyfus will bark at anything.
Actually hit a wall. They put up a new Wendy's on Collins Avenue. From what they told me, I picked myself up, staggered over the finish line, and collapsed. People are talking the covers of national magazines. What's that kid still doing here?
Oh, her parents haven't come to get her yet. How?
Oh, George, what a great 3 days. This has been a wonderful honeymoon.
It should be. You waited long enough.
Expensive restaurant. And I went to the powder room, and when I returned to the table, there was an open bottle of Dom Perignon and 2 filled glasses. And we clinked the glasses in a toast, and Stan gave me a coy smile, and I winked at him, and then I just...
Me. I can't make it by myself.
So I think the best thing for me to do is move back to Lily.
Well, when she puts it that way, it's so hard to resist. Finished. I have graded the last paper.
D-. You're going to give the...
By the way, how big are you going to get?
Good night, Ma.
Finally, where have you been?
I got away as soon as I...
Nuns.
Sophia, you have no idea how much we're going to miss you. It's like losing a member of the family.
Rose is right, Sophia. You're just like a mother to us. We feel like your daughters, too.
I feel the same way, Rose. Just remember, you're smarter than people say you are. You've got common sense, and you know what you're doing.
Actually, that first night, I was kind of, well, appalled, I guess. But Charlie was very patient. It was really very nice. 7 years I've been nominated for the Volunteer Vanguard Award. In 7 years, I've had to watch Agnes Bradshaw snatch it away from me. Well, she's not going to do that this year. This year, I'm finally going to beat her. I'm going to win.
Why? Because you worked harder than Agnes?
Because she's dead.
Yep. Honey, where is he? Where's your doctor?
Dennis is at a seminar. I'll bring him by tomorrow.
I can't find my culottes.
Grandma, you look sensational. Oh.
Relax, relax. You're already in the will.
Before anyone does anything,
Dorothy? What are you talking about?
Come on, Acapulco, the El Presidente. You're planning something big.
Well, yeah. I met this great-looking stewardess on the flight out here, and I asked her to go to Acapulco, and she could only go if I found a sitter for her 2 kids. Hey, I'd really appreciate it.
She's a very sweet kid. She'll understand.
I tried that. She said no.
What do you mean?
She's not a sweet kid anymore. She's holding Fernando for ransom.
Come on.
Dorothy, she sent me one of his ears. point is, I was still feeling a little vulnerable, and I was afraid if I got intimate with somebody too quickly, I might end up getting hurt. So I just gave it up, cold turkey.
And it worked for you, Blanche?
Well, not entirely. Barely a month had gone by before I... Where's my heating pad?
How should I know?
If this isn't it, I'd like to know what other electrical appliance you're using under that blanket.
Blanche, you can't have it. I need it. My chest is...
You did. Oh, are you all right, honey?
I don't know what happened. I just saw stars and blackness. It was like being at the planetarium.
It was the shock of the news.
Oh, I'm sorry,
No,
Blanche.
no, that's quite all right. It was shocking news. I would have fainted myself, only I was afraid I'd fall face down and chip my beautiful teeth.
Transparent.
You're the one who always complains that her birthday parties are dull and boring. When I saw Mr. Ha-Ha's advertised on television, it looked like fun.
Yeah, for a 5-year-old, Rose. Or someone who thinks like one.
I ruined your birthday.
Oh, no, you haven't. You haven't ruined it.
And again. And again.
Sophia, I still cannot believe you talked us into that.
Please, you three looked gorgeous.
Cheese.
Why don't we go really high fiber and spread ketchup on cardboard? Pizza, damn it, get pizza.
That's funny. The phone book is missing again.
Wait a minute, where's Ma?
Is my car gone?
Yeah, your car is fine. My car is gone.
It's just the bottoms. Well, Rose, I'm afraid he may start playing around on you.
Wait a minute. None of this proves that Miles is even thinking of cheating on Rose.
You're absolutely right, Dorothy. And that is why I have hired a detective to follow Miles and find out for sure. Happy birthday, honey.
Well, side goes, we just take things slow. And if it turns out that we can't be anything more than just good friends, well, that's good enough for me.
I'm a lucky man to have found someone like you.
I feel the same way. If you ask me, people rely too
Mad at me? You said, why, no, darling. This is the best Mother's Day I've ever had. Don't you remember that, Mama? Well, I thought that happened to Virginia. Wasn't Virginia the slut?